Hey, what's up, everybody? It's super cold here. That's why I look like this. So I had this thought that I wanted to post about yesterday. So we went to Applebee's yesterday, and I don't know if you've noticed, but Applebee's puts the calories of each kind of entree on there, probably appetizers too, but I was really only looking at the entrees. So they put the calories on there, right? And so the two options I was down between, I was gonna get like either the bacon cheeseburger with fries or the steak that came with broccoli and mashed potatoes. And so the steak one was like 550 calories. The burger one was 1460 calories. So 1460 calories. So I want you to think about this. For those of you that I've worked with before and given you like an estimation of, this is about how many calories you should eat if you're trying to lose weight or whatever. That one meal is higher than some of those estimates that I've given to some of you guys. So I want you to think about that. When you go to a restaurant, you are almost always going to have way more calories than if you made a very similar dish at home. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that as long as you know how to manage it. So you have to know going in, like, I'm about to sit here and eat 1,500 calories in one sitting. And if you eat that one meal and then you have anything else that day, you can pretty easily negate that deficit that you were in. I just want you to kind of have an idea, because I think people kind of think like, if I kind of limit my eating, it's big with the fasting right now. If you block out a certain amount of time that you eat, if I limit my eating to this certain amount of time or whatever, it's automatically gonna give you results, and that's not necessarily the case. It's still, the reason that works is because it increases the likelihood that you're gonna be in a calorie deficit, because you're cramming the food together into a shorter time period, and you can't eat as much in a shorter time period as you can in a longer time period, obviously. So it kind of by default puts you in sort of a deficit and helps you to lose some of that body fat. But if you, if you just crush calories, during that time window, or, even if we're not talking about fasting here, anybody, no matter what your nutrition plan or diet plan or strategy or whatever is, if you go in there and you eat that Applebee's 1460 meal, and have much of anything else during the day, you're probably going to negate that deficit. So just know that. Like, the point I'm trying to get out here is, don't base things on like, oh, okay, I'm going to eat just say I'm going to eat during this time block and let that be it. Don't say like, I'm just going to focus on a certain type of foods, all these kind of things. Instead, always, no matter what your strategy is, always make calories a big deal, because otherwise you're going to be kind of spinning your wheels. You might be in a deficit one day, maintenance calories the next day, a little bit of a surplus the next day, back to deficit, and you're just going to be like, why aren't I losing weight? Following this plan. But it depends what the plan is, and if the plan doesn't factor in calories, you may still see progress, but it's not going to be the kind of progress you could see. And if you don't see progress, that's why. So factor in those calories. Realize that when you go out to eat, you are almost certainly going to be consuming a good bit of calories, and you need to plan for that. I've got a couple of clients I'm working with right now who are really starting to learn, like, I know I'm going out for a big lunch, I'm going to have a small breakfast, and they plan it like that. And if you do that, that's the way to go about this. That's the way to succeed. That's the way to be able to lose body fat and still have a social life and be able to go outside of the house and eat sometimes. When you get to your target body weight, which I really don't even like the phrase like target body weight, but kind of what you want your body to be able to do and look like and all those kind of things. When you get to that, then you can be much more flexible with this kind of thing, and you can have maintenance, stay at maintenance calories, all that kind of stuff. And it's much easier to do that. So that's just kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. But when you are actively trying to lose body fat, unfortunately, the truth of it is, your detoxes are not going to fix that, whatever that means. Your bands that you put around your waist are not going to fix that. None of these things are going to fix that. Being in a calorie deficit and getting, proper types of exercise that for the goals that you were trying to achieve, that's what's going to work. And it's not cute or fun or trendy, but it's just what it is. And if you do that, and you know what you're doing, you know how to manage these things, you are going to have a lot more success than if you just try to follow whatever the latest, greatest thing is that doesn't take calories and stuff like that into account. So hope you find that helpful on this freezing Monday.